At the recent food service exhibition in Sydney, we had the pleasure of catching up with Dale and Libby from Sous Vide Australia. Sous Vide is home to the Upper Room, which is a collaborative space and cooking school in Melbourne, with the goal of exploring new ideas and carry out recipe development with the latest sous vide and molecular equipment. The Upper Room was created to help wickedly talented chefs or aspiring home cooks to cook more, cook better, and get incredible results every time. During our chat with Dale, who has over 22 years experience as a chef in some of Victoria's best restaurants, we touched on how the CD8 Freeze Dryer is revolutionizing things in the kitchen.
Sous Vide Australia, we've been around for about 15 years now. We initially started with water bath cookery, which is cooking under vacuum, but over our 15 years we've expanded into supplying more molecular equipment as well. So our relationship with the CryoDry came through providing rotary evaporators to cocktail bars, particularly the likes of Dinner by Heston and some of the Vide and Western hotels, and encouraging chefs to be more creative in the kitchen using the tools that come from the science side.
That sounds great. So how long have you been using the CD8 Freeze Dryer?
I think we're up to 10 days now. We received it 2 weeks ago, but we patiently waited for Nick to come and take us through to make sure we did everything right.
Very exciting.
And Nick was wonderful in guiding us through the benefits of the unit and the amazing level of control. I've never used a freeze dryer with so much user interface control on what is possible with a freeze dryer.
That's fantastic. So what sort of things have you been freeze drying? I see that you've been busy freeze drying a lot of...
We've done 3 freeze dries so far. We've done apple, pear, raspberries, mandarins, oranges, and grapes in our first freeze dry. The grapes were a fail because we didn't cut them thin enough and didn't create enough surface area for the settings that we'd done. So that was my first learning in the first dry. We then changed some of the settings. We moved on. We did some broccoli cooked in soya sauce and mirin first to give it flavour, and then we blanched and paper towel dried that, and then we put in the freeze dryer and created crisp broccoli with those added flavours built into it.
That sounds sensational.
We made a fermented chili sauce this year because we have so many chilies. So we freeze dried some chilies and they came out beautifully. They retained all of their heat and flavour just without the water content, so they were crisp and preserved. But we also freeze dried the chili sauce, and that was just an amazing product.
Fantastic.
It kept all of the flavours, but it was a dry, now shelf-stable product.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it was really interesting, and a vegan product. So
that's great.
Something that added a new string to our bow.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, it's really incredible when you think about the texture and the flavours that are contained.
Yeah, and the colour. The colour is amazing.
It's fantastic. Yeah. Based on your experience with the CD8 Freeze Dryer, would you recommend this to anybody out there?
Yeah, it's amazing. And the production amount for us was what really amazed us. We have the 5-tray model. There are other tray versions, but even in the 5 trays, the amount that you're able to freeze dry in one 24-hour batch was really quite astounding. So for me, one of the big selling points of the CD8 is, for a small-scale producer, how viable the product actually is.
That's great. I'm glad to hear, and I'm glad that you're having a wonderful success with our CD8 Freeze Dryer. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Dale.
You too, Maria.
Enjoy the rest of the show.